Heyo, folks, Liniko here. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about Pokemon Sun and Moon, episode 42. Otherwise known as... I forgot the name of the title. Dang it. Okay, well, for now, it's otherwise known as the episode where Misty and Brock return to the Pokemon series. I think the last time Misty was shown was like... I guess Pokemon Chronicles, if that counts. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna imagine stuff that happens in Pokemon as canon or whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna go through that whole kind of fuss. Oh, I don't like you, Tangrowth. But this episode starts off pretty nicely, and well, I wouldn't say it starts off nicely. It's a very good episode, is what I mean to say. It's a good episode. I enjoyed it very much. It was actually pretty funny. It was mostly funny, to say the least. But the episode starts off with Ash and the Alolan gang hanging around at school, and by hanging around I mean sitting in their desks while their Pokemon do some cheerleading poses, like a little, I guess, pyramid? Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, it was a little small pyramid. But, oh no, don't do that. Oh, that's not fun, Tangrowth. Jeez, bite him. There we go. So they're hanging around, they're sitting, getting ready for class. As soon as class starts, Kukui and Principal Oak walk in. I need to remember, it's Principal Oak, not Professor Oak. This is a completely different character. Completely. Oh, those Pokemon jokes. Probably the most disturbing character in this whole series. Yeah, but Kukui comes in. Of course, everyone does their usual Alolas, and Kukui presents the class with a special lesson where they have to go to a whole other land in order to properly do. And so this gets everyone excited, including Ash, who always loves to travel anywhere and everywhere. Until Kukui says they're going to Kanto. And everyone's pretty much happy, save for Ash, who's bummed out completely. I think that was the most disappointed I've ever seen Ash be. Like, more disappointed than whenever he has a Pokemon with him that has never won. But we won't talk about that. But Ash is pretty bummed out, and that is until Kukui mentions that they will have special guests to help teach the lesson, and I guess that's enough for him to get excited, I guess. Maybe he just figures that maybe he knows who's walking up here to who's going to be helping him out with this special lesson once they reach Kanto. So everyone, of course, packs up stuff, gets together, and goes to the airport and gets on a flight to the Kanto region. At one of the shots while they're on the plane, we got a glimpse that Team Rocket was also there, but they're there for a completely different reason. They're actually on their way back. No. They're on their way to Team Rocket headquarters in order to, I guess, get some sort of progress report from Giovanni and his secretary. It's mostly just because of the secretary. Apparently there's some sort of lecture that they're getting, and they hate those things. But that's the scene that happens, and it doesn't really go anywhere, I think. But once they reach the airport of Kanto, Shiro, Lily's Alolan Vulpix, ends up not feeling well, apparently, and while she's trying to figure out what's wrong, everyone's walking off, and then Lily hears a voice call out to her, and then asks her a question. Nice, you dodged it, good. Cut it. Cut its wings off. I mean, ooh, boy, ugh. I shouldn't be saying this, kids may be watching. The voice that calls out to her is none other than Brock. Well, she doesn't know who it is, really. He doesn't even really introduce himself by name, even. He just says that he's a Pokemon doctor in training, and it's weird to hear him say that, because after all these years, you'd think Brock would, already be a Pokemon doctor, but no. Not even a year has passed in the Pokemon world. What can you expect? I think the most we'll ever expect a year to pass is, once again, maybe another winter-based episode. You know, I guess that's when they go to, what island was it? Howley? No. Well, I can't remember for sure. Oh, you'll have to forgive me. I'll probably search it up later on. I know it's the one with the Pokemon League as it's at the top of it. So Brock approaches Lily, asking if he can see her Vulpix to see what's wrong with it. After some little checkups here and there, he finds out that it's motion sickness, or as I'd like to say, jet lag, which is basically what it is. Why are you using rain dance against a water type? Okay. He says, Brock tells her that just give it some time and hopefully Cheryl will be just fine. If not, maybe take it to the Pokemon Center. So everyone begins to look for Lily, and Ash turns around, sees Lily along with Brock, and then the joy hits everyone, just smiles everywhere, because Ash calls out to Brock. Brock looks around, then sees Ash, but more importantly, he sees a good-looking stewardess, and that triggers the old Brock running gag. Where he, of course, runs right past Ash, skips along to the stewardess, takes her hand, kneels down, pulls out a rose bouquet out of his jacket. I don't know how many pockets he's got in there. I think he has actually less pockets on him than he did originally. So as soon as Brock gets ready to say his usual words, 100 tons of force is applied to his ear with a mere pinch. And I'm saying it's 100 tons because that's what it was represented with. Unbelievably enough. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh no, not a Decidueye. We have nothing to beat that. Oh. Might be in trouble. Just about as much trouble as Brock was when Misty came along and pinched his ear with 100 tons of force, which is unbelievable. I'm so focused on the comical aspects of this freaking show. Uh-oh. That's not good. So as soon as Misty stops Brock with his usual advances, Ash takes note of who she is and of course talks about how glad he is to see her. Pikachu actually ends up running off of Ash and running straight to Misty, and they of course hug it out there. It's a nice reunion to see them again. And really, I'd say it was like mostly just a few months, really. I don't know how much time passes. They talk like it's been such a long time since we've seen you. I mean, everyone's gone back to their basic looks, you know. Misty and Brock are back in their original outfits, while Ash is the only one with changed outfits. Ash introduces them to the Alolan gang as his old traveling companions, and that is very first people that he traveled with. Misty introduces herself as the gym leader of the Cerulean Gym. Sorry, I tried to remember the English name. I only heard the Japanese one. And she also calls herself a beauty. That's the first time I've ever heard Misty talk about her looks like that. Such fashion. I don't even think I've seen her in a swimsuit episode. I don't know. It's Pokemon. And Brock introduces himself as a former pewter gym leader and a current Pokemon doctor in training. So, wow. So I guess Brock's not the gym leader of Pewter Gym anymore. I don't know who. He actually says it's his brother. And I'm assuming it's like the young one, or at least the oldest one after him, who's the gym leader. Oh, damn, we got one shot right there. So, after the Kanto gang is introduced to the Alolan gang, they take a ride to Professor Oak's place, and it is there that it's revealed that Misty and Brock are the special assistants or special guests that will be helping the Alolan gang with their lessons. Which is basically to compare and, of course, introduce the Kanto Pokemon to the Alolans. So, they go to the backyard where it's shown that Oak keeps all sorts of Pokemon that belong to trainers. It's not just Ash, it's multiple trainers, really. And, it's a cool little scene. We actually get to see Ash's Tauros, Ash's Muck, and when they're comparing Pokemon, they send out an Alolan Muck, as well as Ash's Muck. Ash's Muck is shown being compared. Muck goes ahead and hugs Ash because who hasn't seen each other? They haven't seen Muck in a long time. It's so happy that we also get to see Ash's Squirtle, the Squirtle Squad. That was cool. It took me a moment to realize that was Ash's Squirtle, because I'm used to just seeing the glasses. It was wearing some sort of coat and jacket on it. I guess it's like a Yakuza bus or something. We also get to see Bulbasaur, Ash's Bulbasaur. actually breaking up a fight between some grass types, and when Ash and Brock and Misty actually walk over to look around, they actually find them, and then it's a nice little reunion, hugs out in there and all that stuff. It's such a happy, such an awesome thing, really. So while everyone's comparing things, like we get to see Alolan Exeggutor with Kanto Exeggutor. I know this shenanigans. I don't like this. This guy's gonna use Fling next. Quick Claw. There we go. Nice. Woohoo! Yeah. The Exeggutors are compared. Our usual, our Psychic type Exeggutor, which is significantly smaller than the Dragon one, tries to, stand up, or stand on its tiptoes to get up to height with, the Alolan one. And of course, this is because the height difference is mostly just because of the sunlight. There's more sunlight produced on Alola than there is on Kanto, so there's a difference. So no, not you, turn. Then we get to see who else was there? The Doug Trio. Doug Trios. We get to see a scene where the Doug Trios are compared. Kiyue freaks out because he sees the Kanto Doug Trio without its hair. And then he pulls out a wig out of nowhere and just sets it on top of the middle one. And is like, it's okay. You can be happy now. And if you remember seeing the old Diglett episode, it's like the Doug Trio with the Steel type one is just regarded as like this great godly being because of its noble flowing hair. Jeez, I can't keep talking about this same Pokemon. It's such a positive lighting. It's such a lazy design. And his nose just grows consecutively. Ugh. Just fluctuates in size. Ugh. But we also get to see Marowaks be compared. Brock has a regular Marowak, while Kiyue pulls out his Marowak, and the two kind of end up butting heads. Pikachu tries to break it up. Dang it, that's a Thunder. Live good. But the Marowaks kind of smack Pikachu right into the sky. And while everyone's trying to break up the fight, Pikachu lands on its feet, gets pretty big, and just does a Thunderbolt all everywhere, just shocking everyone in the vicinity. And I liked how Brock and Misty saying, "We haven't felt something like this in a long time," and then they're like, "No kidding." And that was such a lovely scene. It cuts to everyone like enjoying this one moment. I believe it was a scene where Lana, Misty, and Mallow. No, Mallow was like seeing these Glooms and a Vileplume. It was like admiring their looks and all that. Except the Vileplume used poison powder, which is like, why? Everyone was having a good time, just being happy and all that until, oh wow, youch. Did they buff Fake Out? I don't know. I can't tell. I mean, I know they buff Fake Out. That thing used to do like 10 damage to whatever Pokemon. So, of course, Brock and Misty tell her to get away because that's a poison powder happening and it's coming her way. And then she hauls it. Cuts to a scene where Lily and Shiro encounter a Kanto Ninetales, and Shiro approaches it, and then this is like a cute little scene, like a parental bond, if you would. See what I did there? And the Ninetales actually just goes ahead and like pets the Shiro with his nice little, like this chin and all that. That's all it can do, really. It doesn't really have hands. And that was a nice scene. There was also a scene where Lana, Misty, and Mallow approached the little edge of a hill, a cliffside, and then a Gyarados just busted out of the water and spooked everyone pretty much except for Lana, who pretty much just took off her clothes and leaving only her swimsuit and just dove right in. And Misty, I was surprised Misty ran away of all people. And like, she still has her fear of bugs. There was a Caterpie that walked out and then she got creeped out by that. You think she'd still have a fear of bugs? Sure. But I doubt a Caterpie would be a problem, considering what she's went through with a Caterpie. Let's not dwell on that. But Misty says that Lana has guts and all that, being able to just jump in there after a Gyarados. And she takes off her clothes, and also goes right in there. This is the first time I've actually seen Misty take off her clothes and revealing the swimsuit that she normally wears when you gym battle her. And oh god, don't do that too. Not you too. All the same ugly strats. What does that even do? Does that flinch? Yeah, it flinches. Great. And they find a Horsey and a Seadra, which are like two Pokemon that Lana wanted to see the most. And strangely enough, did you know that Horsey has a completely different Japanese name? It has a Japanese name and an English name. However, Seadra does not. It's Seadra in both regions of the world, Japan and America and all that. So it's Seadra in either one, and then Horsey, it's Horsey here and like something else in Japan. I can't remember the pronunciation. Sorry about that. Now the guys, the guys are just looking around, searching for things. I think they're looking for Marowak, Kiwi's Marowak, who went away after an incident where it fought Brock's Marowak. But they were looking around, just searching, and then Sophocles steps on an Onix. The Onix, of course, gets right up. Sophocles falls down, bounces around, rather. I need to stop. And, they're told to stay completely still, because an Onix will just... It's a terrifying creature. This is probably like the first time I've ever seen a Onix in this kind of light, where they're trying to stay perfectly still as to not trigger the Onix. But they're doing their best. They were just fine. The Onix was just about to leave when Kiwi's Marowak comes out of nowhere, tosses a boomerang. It's on the Onix's way, and then it's the most terrifying scene with an Onix where Brock turns around because he's like, you don't want to see this, and there's just an Onix. It's just complete Onix face in the background with its angry face. It's just the most. It looks like it wants to kill someone. And they're of course running away from the Onix, and they're getting chased by the Onix, and that's that scene. After all of that's happened, and I think the Bulbasaur, where they meet up with Ash's Bulbasaur, happens, and immediately after that, they reminisce Misty, Ash, Brock. They reminisce about all their old travels, and it cuts back to all those some of the most memorable scenes, like with Butterfree and I guess Pidgeot. Oh, also there was a Pidgeot in Oak's backyard. Was that Ash's? I don't know. It was with some Pidgeotos. Maybe it was someone else's. Maybe it was a wild one, because there are wild Pokemon there too. Oh no. Yeah. Alright, let's not do that again. Switching. But, yeah, they're reminiscing about the old parts. There was also the Charizard being left to train scene as well. But after that, it's... I forget Ash's mom's name, but I'll just go with Ash's mom. She comes out, she calls out to them and tells them that their dinner party is done. So I guess they had a nice little thing prepared here. Oh, dang it. This isn't fun. Oh, no! Wait, why would you do that? Why don't you just attack? You had a good enough health point to swing, even though I was going to use Hydro Pump. You never know. But the dinner party happens, and pretty much everyone's having a good time, conversating, enjoying the meal. Pokemon are doing the same. Oh, come on. This is the most times I've ever seen Hydro Pump miss. And then Rotom-Dex comes along. Rotom-Dex has just been off doing its own little thing where it was taking pictures of all the Kanto Pokemon. Also, I'm sorry for forgetting this. This is like one of my scenes that actually caught my attention, where Kiwi met a Rapidash, or a Gallop, as they call it in Japan. I didn't know its name was just Gallop. But he actually raced it on top of Charizard, and then he also got top of it. He was super passionate about this whole thing. Kiwi is very different. He's very different than he is in the game, but the anime has more chance to flesh out his character, so that's nice. But Rotom-Dex was actually taking pictures of all the Pokemon that it could. It apparently has gotten all pictures of all the Pokemon in the Kanto region, save for one. and it cuts to Mew behind a tree watching everyone, and it's assumed that Rotom Dex, of course, didn't get a picture of Mew. Now, Rotom has apparently gotten a picture of all the Pokemon but one, so does that mean he got the pictures of all the other legendaries, including Mewtwo, who's off doing whatever? Yeah, I don't know, but it was a nice little scene. Oh, that's right. Right before they had the dinner party, I'm so sorry for forgetting this. Team Rocket showed up, and of course, the usual thing. They, of course, remark how Misty and Brock are there, and they call them a Brat Girl, original Brat Girl, and original Brat Boy. Oh no, original Brat Boy number 2, because there's Ash, of course. And I like that. It's a nice nod to Ash's other companions as well. Uh-oh. Wait, you're faster. Gyro Ball shouldn't be doing that much. But they come out with a giant golden Meowth mech that Meowth is, of course, piloting, like, in a... Have you ever seen Pacific Rim? That good movie, of course. I will watch it. I recommend watching it, sure. But, it's like, whenever Meowth swings, the robot swings and all that, there's a connection, basically. And, how should I put this? The Ash pulls out his dusk form Lycanroc. Misty pulls out Staryu. Brock pulls out Crobat. There it is. Yes, Crobat. Sorry about that. And then of course it's a fight between those three and Team Rocket, as Team Rocket has captured basically all of the gang's Pokemon, doing their capturing usual shtick. And of course, it's a failed attempt as everyone unleashes a combined attack. It is Bubble Beam, though, that ends up releasing the Pokemon and doing the most damage to the mech. It's just weird. I know it's water, but still, it's bubbles. Even though it's water bubbles made out of energy, I guess, if you could call it energy. But it's still bubbles. How is it that effective on a mech? I'll never understand Pokemon sometimes. But as soon as that happens, it's completely destroyed. But Team Rocket is not done yet. They kind of kick down from the mechs, like a door from the mech, and it's out. And Jesse pulls out Mimikyu, because everyone reacts to Mimikyu like, "Oh my goodness, what is that thing?" And Bulbasaur is like, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" And then he looks up. And then Bulbasaur looks up, sees a plane flying by. There's a little twinkle in the sky. Then Beware falls down out of nowhere, crashes right on top of Team Rocket. Well, kind of. And it's just stuck in the little outfit there. It's stuck in the little air, like in some part of the Mecha Meowth. And it has Team Rocket in hold. Everyone's questioning what's going on. It's like a literal question mark above their heads. And then rockets start, like, the back of the whatever just starts exhausting, like, rocket fuse and all that. Beware starts flying in the sky with Team Rocket in hand. They're going like, seriously? This is happening? And they fly off to Alola. So I'm just wondering, is Team Rocket ever going to get out of Alola? Or out of the reach of Beware? Because Beware just seems to know everywhere that they go. And it just brings them back to his little hut. Little cave, and oh, that was an amazing scene. I was actually kind of on my back laughing when I saw that. But that, and then the dinner party scene happens, and as I've said, that's what happens. And at the end, it's revealed that they're going to be sticking around, and they're going to be sticking around for possibly another day because they're going to experience gym battling. And then everyone's like, gym battling? And then it cuts to Brock and Misty showing that devious smile like, oh yeah, you guys are going to see what... You're going to get that Kanto style beatdown. Over here, you're going to experience gym battling. This is different from your trials. And of course, Ash is super excited. And I'm just thinking, Ash, you don't need to do this. Let everyone else fight them. You already have the gym badges. Albeit, you got them in some different ways, kind of. But whatever. So next episode, we get to see Ash versus Brock and Misty again. Brock has a Steelix and Misty has a Gyarados. And I believe it was also shown in a book, in a magazine, that Brock and Misty, they have Mega Evolution. That's going to be amazing to see. I can't wait to see those two do. And the gym and the cities are completely renovated too, so that's going to be incredible. Next episode, can't wait to talk about it with you guys. And until then, see ya. Bye.